Shalom. This week's Torah portion is Devarim. It means words. It's also the Hebrew name for the book of Deuteronomy. And this is a very special week. This coming Shabbat is called Shabbat Hazon. And it gets its name from the Haftarah this week. I didn't tell you what it is. This week's Torah portion is Deuteronomy 1:1 through 3:22. The Haftarah is Isaiah 1 verses 1 through 27. And the New Covenant portion is 1 Timothy 3:1 through 7. So just a little bit about Shabbat Hazon. It gets its name from the first word in the Haftarah this week. In Isaiah chapter 1, it says, Hazon Yeshayahu ben Amoz asher chaza al Yehuda v'Yerushalayim, the vision of Isaiah, the son of Amos, concerning Judah and Jerusalem. What is so interesting is that Shabbat Hazon is the Shabbat before Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, which is the day on the calendar when both the first and the second temples were destroyed, and there were other catastrophes that happened to the Jewish people on this same date. So on Shabbat Hazon, the Hasidic masters say that we are granted a vision of the third temple. Now, I thought that this was so interesting because if you're seeing certain things on maybe YouTube or Instagram, I recently saw and I have to say what I'm saying is alleged because these days we don't know if what we see is fake news or if it's generated by AI. But what I saw was road signs like pointing to the third temple. And I also saw flags that had been put up in that area that had a picture of the temple on them. Now, mind you, if this is true, and it did look to be, and also my daughter coming back from the army thought that she saw one of them herself. But if this is true, these things have not been put up by the government. It's another group that put these things up. However, it shows that the third temple is on people's minds. And we know that the third temple has a real place of importance in these last days, as we see in the book of Daniel. So this is a very special Shabbat. I want to just start and tell you really what is in this portion. It's a review of everything we've already gone through. So chapter 1 is the words that Moses spoke, a bad report and a poor response. In chapter 2, Moses recalls the wilderness journey, the defeat of Sihon and Og, and in chapter 3, the possessions east of the Jordan. But the words that I really wanted to leave with you from this portion today, it's in chapter 1, starting in verse 6. Adonai, our God, spoke to us at Horeb, saying, you have stayed long enough at this mountain. And what mountain was he talking about? He was talking about Mount Horeb, also goes by the name Mount Sinai. What happened on that mountain? That was the very mountain where Moses encountered God at the burning bush, where he received the law of Moses, and also where Elijah encountered God with that still small voice. Going on, so he says, you've stayed long enough at this mountain. Turn, journey on, enter the hill country of the Amorites. He goes on in verse 8 and he says, see, I have set the land before you. Enter and possess the land that Adonai swore to your fathers, to Abraham, to Yitzchak and Yaakov, to give to them and to their descendants after them. Still in chapter 1, in verse 20, it says, you have come to the hill country of the Amorites, which Adonai our God is giving to us. See, Adonai your God has set the land before you. Go up, take possession as Adonai God of your fathers has promised you, and do not be afraid or discouraged. So Mount Sinai or Mount Horeb, it's like a place of renewal. It's a place of encountering God. It's a place of new beginnings. And here God says, you've been there long enough. It's time for you to go in and take possession of what I have given to you. Don't be afraid. So that's what I really want to leave with you today. Those words, that you will go in and take possession of what God has given to you without being afraid. And look, also in chapter 2, I was so blessed by these words. He, meaning God, has known your wanderings through this great wilderness. These 40 years, Adonai, your God, has been with you. You have lacked nothing. And I just was so blessed that you know that it says God has known your wanderings. God knows you. He knows all that you've been through. He knows the desert you have been through, but he has been with you. He has been with me, and I have lacked for nothing, just like it says here. I want to bless you today. Have a great day. Shalom.